Today we're going to finish our research paper from Chapter 2 of Word, and on the first video I walked you through until we're ready for the footnote. So if you can open up that document, we are going to scroll down and get ready for the footnote. Our footnote, we want to be in the correct location, and if we go to the References tab, you have a tool called Insert Footnote. That immediately will put the superscript 1 in the right location in your paper, and you are ready to type out the footnote. Now, for the speed of kind of showing this to you in a quick amount of time, I'm going to just type a little bit of the footnote, just to kind of give you the idea of how that's going to work. The little 25 in parentheses at the end of the footnote actually is a reference. So if we go up to the References tab and choose Insert Citation, add a new source like we did last time. This information is over on page 98. So if you follow along in the book, on page 98, the second reference happens to be a book, and this has 2 authors. So it kind of shows you in the book how to set up the information for the second author. So again, I'm just going to quickly get a little bit of this started for you just to show you how it works. That you would take time to fill in all the details. You'll okay it when you're done. Then chances are, again, you're going to have to edit the citation. Since we've already mentioned the author's name once, we don't need to duplicate it again, so we'll just show the 25. So like we looked at last time, the citation probably doesn't come over correctly, and if you select it and edit citation, I want to add the page number of 25 and suppress the author. It's trying to force the title to appear, so you can edit that citation a few times. I'm going to edit and suppress the title as well. Then don't forget to punctuate on the outside of your citation. So you're done with the footnote. The footnote style isn't quite coming across correctly. The style should be a double space, first line indent, and we want to set that up for 11 points. So we need to edit our style. So while you're down in the footnote, if you would go to a right click for me on the footnote, go into an area called Style, and we want to fix our style just a little bit here. It's coming over not quite right. So in the style area, you are able to make a new style. If I would do a paper that would have, 20 footnotes in it, every single time I have a footnote, I don't want to double space it, first line indent it, change the font size. So I can edit in this area. So in the name area, we're going to call it your last name. So I'm going to call mine Cotton's Footnote. Now, make the 3 adjustments that you need to. Again, change the font size. Should be 11 point in size. Go down in the lower left-hand corner to Format, Paragraph. We want it to be set up for a first line indent and double spacing. Make any adjustments that you need to here. We'll okay it. If you want it to hang on to this style always, you could add that to your quick style list and select OK. We want to apply it. It should adjust your footnote, and then to check it out, go to the Home tab, and on the Home tab you should have just created a brand new style button. So anytime you run across something that you kind of like that style and you want to use it repeatedly, you can always modify a style and create a new style. If you just come up and right click on any style button, you can kind of edit and kind of fix it up how you would like. So that will show you how to edit the style. Let's go back up into the paper. And in the paper, we are now ready for the third block of text. So again, all of those blocks of text are saved for you out on Blackboard. So we can insert the blocks of text. So I'm going to go to Insert, Object, Text from File. And I am ready for my third block of text. And that should take me over to page 2. Now, page 2, my header still should be working. When Word automatically takes you to that second page, that's an example of a soft page break. And now we should be ready for our third and final reference. So, backspace, so you're in the right location for your citation. Again, References tab, so hopefully you're getting the hang of how to insert each one of those citations. Add a new source, and this one is over on page 103. So if you flip over on 103, and again, each time if you want to pause this so you can type in all the information, this is just the practice document. This will get you ready for your lab work. This is a website, Sanders, Gregory B. That's my author. And I start filling in the author information and I realize, well, there's no place for the publisher. So sometimes the right fields aren't here. Maybe I'm looking for a different field. Over in the lower left-hand corner, there's a tool that says Show All Bibliography Fields, and if you turn that on, that should expand and you should be able to fill in the missing pieces. So again, just because I don't have a lot of time on the video, we'll get a little bit of info in there for you and we'll okay it. And that is your final citation. We'll edit that if we need to. I already mentioned Sanders up in my paper, so let's edit. I want to suppress the author. I have no page numbers, it's a website, so if I okay it, that should fix my citation. And I didn't type all my information in, so that's why I'm not getting my title here, but your title should appear here. Now, that finishes pretty much the paper. The last little sentence or paragraph, you can type that for me. But we're ready to move over to the next page. So a couple ways to do that. You can go to Insert and Page Break, or a Control Enter will give you a page break. And that will give you a brand new fresh page. That should take you to page 3. On page 3, we're ready to set up our works cited page. So the works cited page should be set up as a hanging indent. So you are done with the first line indent. If you want to drag that back over to the left on your ruler, you can do that. And we are going to insert our title. And the title might vary. We want to center it. The title, maybe your instructor wants it to be called References or Bibliography. This example in the book shows it as works cited. Now we're still centered, so let's go Control L to go back left. And we are then ready to insert our bibliography. And that is located underneath the References tab. Again, in the Citation Bibliography group, there's a tool called Bibliography. And at the very bottom of the list, if you choose Insert Bibliography, that should bring over your works cited entries. They should be alphabetized, they should have a first line indent, they should be double spaced, and that's the whole purpose really of walking through step by step and editing the information for each source so quickly you can get the works cited page created. So that will finish up the works cited page for you. And then the next thing I want to illustrate to you is a screenshot. Once in a while, your instructor might say, ooh, I want to know what the word count is. I want you to do a 400-page paper and I want to see that word count. So in the lower left-hand corner, there's a tool that just says words. If you click on that, that will give you a screenshot of your word count. Now, I want to show you to take a picture of this. You're going to go to your computer, and the keystroke varies from computer to computer. It might just be a print screen button. And my print screen button is located above my insert key. It could be a control print screen that you need to use. So every computer is a little bit different. So as soon as you take that picture, I just went over and hit print screen. I'm going to close the word count. Go to File, New, Create. I want to paste that picture. So I just took a picture of that screen. So when I paste that, my picture, my screenshot should appear. Screenshots are used for lots of things. Maybe you have a computer error that you're trying to explain to somebody. It's almost easier if I can see your computer screen. You might take a screenshot of that. Or let's say you submit something to the digital Dropbox and your instructor didn't get it, but you can see it in your Dropbox. You might take a screenshot of your Dropbox. So lots of reasons to use that screenshot. So I'm going to ask you in Chapter 2 to take some screenshots, maybe of the word count. You know, I might want you to take a screenshot of your style button. So I can see that you were okay making that style button change. So you would want to be on the Home tab. And on the Home tab, I can see your style button. And I could get the word count up here. And now if you take a picture of both of those things, and you would send me that screenshot. So again, print screen, control print screen, or it could be a function key on your computer. If you're unsure, just do a Google search, try to find out what that is. So we'll close out of that. A little bit of editing. As you're looking at your paper, your instructor might want you to change the words up a little bit. So you might use the Find tool. The Find tool will open up the navigation pane over to the left. In this example in the book, they want us to find the word determine. So I'm going to have you type in the word determine in your paper, and right away it's going to highlight each occurrence of the word determine. So when you're editing, you might want to spice up your paper a little bit by using the synonym tool or thesaurus. So if I go over to my first determine and right click, I have a tool called synonyms, and you can just pick and choose and change that to a different word. Now when you change that, notice your yellow highlights go away. I want to keep searching my document, so come over here. Do you guys see that down arrow? We want to continue searching. We want to keep walking through our paper here. So you can continue kind of with that mode. Another thing that you guys might take a look at is you could right click on a word and go into an area called lookup, and that will take you to the research pane. And in the research pane, you have lots of places that you can look. You can look in the dictionary, Bing, thesaurus, lots of areas. One of your lab exercises has you look up the definition of something. So of course you would go to the dictionary for that. And I can make changes by using the research pane. Also there's a tool called replace. Sometimes I know what I want to find in my paper. Maybe I've used a certain word and I want to find it and replace it with a change. So I'm going to close out both of those. I'm going to go to the top of my document. I'm going to go into replace. I want to find the word determine, and I know this time that I want to change it to the word conclude. I know that I want to make that change. So you might use replace. I can search and say find it. It finds it, and I can replace it. And I'll keep right on searching through my document. So a little bit about editing, find, replace, screenshots. Those are some extra things that they kind of show you in the chapter. Like last time, if you go into properties, file, and properties, this is the area to make your changes to properties. So that should finish you up for chapter 2, that little practice document. Work through that Can You Find Me Now project, and then at the end of that, when you're done with that, you're going to work on apply your knowledge. And again, that file is saved for you. You're going to edit, you're going to fix it up, you're going to send me a screenshot, you're going to work in the header, find and replace, you're going to do some of that kind of stuff. Next, you're going to work through Lab 1, Lab 2. All that text is typed for you. You're just going to set up a research paper. So take a look at the homework assignment. It's going to be practicing, reinforcing those objectives from Chapter 2. Let me know if you have questions or need help. All 3 of those items, of course, you'll stick into the zip folder like you did last time, and then Dropbox that in the Word Project 2 folder. Good luck.